Hello folks, time for another video. Okay, so this video is going to feature a soap that I haven't seen really any major reviews on. It's older soap from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. I'll just get that way right now. It's Aqua D. Homage to Aqua de Parma. Now, I don't know if you guys know, but I've said it in my other videos, I'm not a cologne, heavy cologne soap kind of guy. I like my soaps rather sweet or citrusy. But one of my favorite scents that was one of the soaps I started out with when I kind of first started was Razor Rocks Triple X. And I'm Mr. Aqua de Parma also. But I love the smell, love the scent, okay? I've never smelled Aqua de Parma actually in its real form from Aqua de Parma, so. But I do like the scent, and I know it was an homage to Aqua de Parma. So I asked Douglas one day, I was like, do you have a scent that's like Aqua de Parma? And he was like, duh. He's like, yeah, I have Aqua D. This is in the Cocoa Butter formula. It's not the CK6. Hopefully one day this will be in CK6, because the scent to me is awesome. And not that I do not like the Triple X soap from Razor Rock. It's just that I wanted a soap with some real good performance, and you can't beat the performance from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements from Douglas. Even in this formula, it's still a great formula. Even though there's CK6 out there, the older formula is still great. So what I'm going to start this shave with, and there's another thing that I'm going to get into in this shave. Razor wise, I'm going to use my Merkur 38C. Same head, just longer handle than the 34C. It used to be my go-to razor before I got one of my Rockwells. And the blade that's in there is one of my go-tos also, is the Bolzano Supernox. But I'm really making this video for two reasons, just for that soap, but I'm making it because of the brush. I have a lot of Artisan brushes, Rich Man brushes, I have other brushes, I have, Sterling's brushes, got a lot of brushes. But one of my buddies was doing his video on his YouTube page, Redbeard Shaves, and I've had my Semogue 830 for a while now, and the head on this, I didn't dip this yet, and I usually soak this for about 10 to 15 minutes, but I didn't soak it because I wanted to just show you guys the awesome bloom on this brush. And this brush is fairly inexpensive. I think when I bought this brush about a year ago, it was less than $20, but it's got, look at that, that's got a great knot on it. I didn't dunk it yet, I didn't soak it, but I'm going to soak it now while we're talking. I'm actually going to stick it in my little cup that I soak my brushes in. As far as the face, this is another night video. So I took a shower this morning. I haven't done anything to my face to prep it yet. So what I'm going to use is I'm going to use the cube from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. So I'm going to wet my face. Oh, I dropped my cube. That's because I got the cube a little slippery wet. Okay, I'm just going to wet up the face while my brush is soaking anyway. And I'm just going to rub the cube in. I'll tell you what, my last shave was 2 days ago. And I just started getting some stubble today. I was actually going to wait another day to shave, but I don't like stubble. I hate to feel the stubble. And I'm just going to put that on my cube dock. There we go. And I'll just rub that in a little bit. So slick. It's the best pre-shave that I've ever used. Used to use pre-shave oil years ago, but I didn't like what the pre-shave oil did to my brushes. Like after you know, it's just me, but I don't know if anybody else has a problem. But when I put a pre-shave oil on, and then I go to lather with my brush, when I went to clean out my brush later, my brush was like, almost like it had a coating of that oil on it. Anyway, let's get down to getting some lather here. Yeah, so this is actually a brand new puck. It hasn't even been used. Take this Semogue 830. Let's knock a little bit of water out of it. And we'll just load that up there. I think that's probably got plenty in there. Guess we'll find out in a minute. Looks like a lot of that one in there. I'll just take the extra. Oh, it smells so good. I almost don't even need to use a brush. But I like to get that exfoliation going on by using a brush. Little Dunkaroo in the sink. Alrighty. Almost went in the eye, but that's good. Okay. Merkur 38C Bolzano blade on its first use. Nice. Can't beat the old Merkur. I like the 38C just a little bit more than the 34C, just because it has a little bit longer handle, and it just feels smoother in my hand. And I'm glad that Phoenix makes a scent, the Aqua D scent. The homage to Aqua de Parma. Because to me it doesn't have that overpowering cologne smell that I'm not a fan of. Like I said, I do like my soaps. I do like my soaps more on the sweet side, more on the citrusy side. That felt good, and the scent is incredible. Just gonna rinse off. Well, it's slickness. I know it's not CK6, but that cocoa butter formula is still slick as could be. Still great slick soap. I mean, it's slick. And how I always test that. Not saying you guys should, but oh yeah. That's some great residual slickness right there. That's why I wanted to find that Aqua de Parma scent in a good Artisan soap, and I definitely found it with Phoenix. This will just be my second pass, where when I do my second pass, I don't traditionally, you know, go against the grain or across the grain. I kind of go always. I go against the grain, across the grain. It's got great feedback. The only bummer is I don't have a matching star jelly for this. So I'm thinking that maybe I use some Organism 46B. That should be interesting. Sure, I'm not saying much, is that I don't want to be talking. Last time I kind of nicked myself a little bit because I was chatting away. Wow. That residual slickness is killer, even on this formula. That felt really good. I felt well protected. Looks like the only spot I really have to hit is a little bit here and a little bit here. Let me just rinse that and I'll throw a little bit more lather on there. Wow, the slickness is so good on this soap too. Like, I don't know if you guys can hear that. See how smooth and slick it is here? And I get a little bit of stubble right there. That's where I always have my stubble. It's always my problem spot. I might not have to hit that with lather because there's so much slickness there. I saw a weeper pop up there on under my nose there. Yeah, that's pretty good there, I think. It's still slick. Still nice and slick. Yeah, I got a weeper above my lip. A little one. Maybe I hit that with some alum. And just a little bit right there. Okay. Definitely don't want to push it. Just a light touch there. Alrighty. Just going to drain the old sink. Do a cold water rinse. I'm actually going to hit my face up with some alum today just because I got that one little weeper above my lip. But that's okay. Razor right there for now on the rack. Here's just that one little guy right there. But, and I still have so much slickness on my face. Hit it with the old cold water. Sorry that took so long. Slickness with great slickness though. Okay, so I don't know why I'm drying my face because I'm going to use an alum block. Actually, I'm going to use my alum stick. I definitely don't get any points for being neat on the counter, that's for sure. Okay, so what I'm going to do, get my alum stick kind of blocked. I use my Omega alum stick. Cold water, because the face was damp. Just run my alum block, my alum stick real quick. Now I know, oh yeah, just right there where I got that little weeper. That's really the only place where I'm getting any feedback. No stinging anywhere else. Just right up there. Neck feels good. Cheeks feel good. Under the chin, all feels good. Alrighty. So, let's put the alum block up to dry. We'll just barely screw the cap on. Yeah. All the slickness is gone now because of the alum block, but yeah, great. Did great up by the nose. That's always always wigs me out like the next 5 or 6 hours when you get that little bit on your nostrils there that feels like that little barbed wire. I hate that feeling, but I took that right down. Neck feels good. Oh, that feels great. Just gonna wash the alum off now. I didn't get any soap up my nose or in my mouth today. Guess that's a bonus. Alright, and that little vapor looks like it hopefully will stop. It's only a tiny one. Alright. So, I didn't bring it out because I wasn't sure what I was going to use for my after. It's in here somewhere. There it is. So I don't have a matching star jelly for the Aqua D, but I'll match it up good with some Organism 46B, which is actually one of my very, very great scents I love. So dab will do you there. Dab will do you there. Excuse me, folks. Just rub that star jelly in. I can't do the two-handed rub because this shoulder is shoulder's broken. Not broken, but it was broken. And it affects my whole left arm. I know it'd be a lot quicker if I did it two-handed, but it has a mind of its own sometimes. That's why I can never shave with a straight razor, because pretty sure you got to do that with both hands, and I definitely can't do a lefty. All right. Great stuff there. Let me just take a quick swig of some Aqua. Alrighty, so let me recap this shave. So, razor wise was the old Merkur 38C. 38C. There at the plate in there. I don't know if you can see that on camera. With a Balzano Supernox in there. And soap was the Aqua D by Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, Mr. Douglas Smythe. And I started off with the cube, which hopefully I don't drop it because it's probably still slipping around. Well, it's actually stuck to the dock, so there's the cube on her dock. Started off with that. That's also from Phoenix, from PAA, we'll just say. And brush, which I'm actually going to see what's left in here, was my Semogue 830. Slick, 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 slick. Let me just rinse out my Semogue 30 real quick and I'll show you what she looks like when she's wet. She saw it look like when she was dry. She got a great bloom on her there. Also just rinse up my tub real quick. Just get the soap off the threads. Just give a little tap, 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 tap. And we'll let that off to dry. So that was Aqua D and the coconut butter. There we go. And I barely even made a dent in it at all. It was the first time I used it anyway. I just got it last week. Okay, so natural bristle brushes, they just take a little bit more to clean out. Synthetics, you can just rinse them and call it a day. A little bit more maintenance has to go into the drying of a board brush. Okay, so she's still wet, but that's a bloom. That's like a blooming onion. Great little brush. Very great price on these brushes. The handle is, for my big old mitts, is a little tiny, but it works out well for me. So that's my Semogue 30. Actually got a rack just for it all by itself. And we ended that good shave with some Organism 46B. I know it's not the Aqua D, but I don't have any Aqua D splash or balm, so that was good enough for me. So hope you guys enjoyed the shave. If you're not a subscriber to my YouTube page, subscribe. And I'll catch you for the next shave, probably in 2 or 3 days. So Glenn signing off. Have fun, guys.